Hey, I'm Kev and it's that time of year where we review the channel from this year and look ahead to what's coming to the channel next year. So first of all, hope you all had a Merry Christmas and have a very happy New Year as well on Wednesday. And it's been a better year for the channel, definitely built on 2018. I've got all the analytics in front of me. So in 2018 we were very up and down, thinking of stopping doing this, but this year definitely been a bit more committed, definitely put out more videos, and just looking at the stats as well, we've got like 20k more views, watch time's up by around 2k, around 200 subscribers. So yeah, thank you for the support this year, first of all, for the likes, comments, views, dislikes, shares, whatever this year. I know I'm not the best at replying to comments, as normally I just go on YouTube, upload a video and then go away again, or just come on YouTube to watch a video and then go away again. Sometimes I don't actually look at the comments, so there's definitely something I want to do better next year. And yeah, looking at impressions as well, so that's gone up by over 200k, even though impressions click-through rate's similar. Views gone up over 20k as well, so yeah, definitely good improvement there. And actually looking at where those views are coming from as well, it's good to see that actually playlists are quite important as well for views, so I definitely got to try and keep on top of that again as well, as I do try and keep them updated regularly. I always had the videos to them. I know I've messed up a couple of times this year with videos not adding up when I think they have when they've been uploading, but for some reason you have to add them twice to make sure they are added. So yeah, very good to see that as well. That's not in vain. And then looking at the top videos from last year, was mostly like MotoGP 17, WRC 7. And it's interesting looking at the stats from last year, like most of the views came from one video. Again, this year most of the views came from the Rufio 40 video, but then we're seeing more views for series that we started, such as Dakar 18 at the end of last year, MotoGP 19 this year, WRC 7 at the end of last year, and WRC 8 this year, from Dirt Rally 2.0. So yeah, great to see good spread of views for all the series you started, along with even iRacing, R Factor 2 as well. You can see you got some views, even Barja, and even V Rally 4 as well, when they released the Volkswagen IDR, and I talked about that as well. So yeah, fantastic to see that. And yeah, generally just a better year in general as well. And we can even see people trying to go through the end of it and using the end screens as well to look up stuff, so that's a good improvement too. So yeah, just generally just a good improvement from last year. And looking at the top countries, again it's the US and the UK, as you perhaps would expect. So that's what I've aimed for my upload schedule to kind of go around, is the kind of UK and US. But it's good to see there's quite a few views from Europe as well, from even Indonesia. Okay, I remember that from last year as well, so shout out to you, Indonesia, Romania as well. And then yeah, mostly just European countries, mostly a few Filipinos as well, I see as well. So yeah, quite a few views all around the world. But yeah, 2019, it was mostly just about being consistent on the channel, being a bit more regular, and just basically being like a Let's Play channel and doing what we didn't do in 2018, being a bit inconsistent. And we definitely were like that, even though real life came in the way quite a few times, and that's going to be the case for next year. That's going to be why you're going to see some changes, because we're going to have less time to do this next year. So I'm going to find out in a moment as well. So there's going to be less series perhaps come out next year, less new releases going to be concentrating on, but hopefully there'll be more edited content as well. Like this year's basically been Let's Play with minimal editing. Hopefully there'll be some more edited content, more series coming back as well. And yeah, first up, in the first half of the year, we got to just finish series with the releases of, say, Supercross 3. So we might go back to MXGP 2019, which I just got. MX Bikes as well, check that out. Very excited to check that out as well. And then there's also MX versus ATV that I got a while back. So maybe check those out in the lead up to Supercross 3. So you might see that through January. And then we've also got Automobilista 2 coming up in March. So I definitely want a series on Automobilista in January and February. Got an idea of what I want it to be. Just got to try and test out against their AI and just see if I'm actually competent at the game as well. So hopefully you'll see that coming in the next couple of months. And yeah, very much looking forward to Automobilista 2. Like, Automobilista is one of my favourite sims of all time. So very exciting what they've released as well. And then there's always updates for R Factor 2, iRace, and I'm very pleased with how iRacing became kind of a bit of a part of the channel. And just added another string to the bow of the channel, because you've seen like rallying quite a lot, like off-road racing, like the bikes, but sim racing, it was a bit popular back when I did Games.kart stream, and then it shifted over to Automobilista, kind of got lost, and it became a bit more of a bike channel, but it seems to have kind of spread out now. Like, we've got views from all over, so yeah, definitely looking to continue that in 2020 with the sim racing, with Automobilista 2, with iRacing, as I'm trying out every single iRacing, especially on the road side, and yeah, just do that consistently. As you saw, like this past month, most of the views for this past month were ridiculous. I know it's December and they normally go up, but yeah, fantastic to see as well. It's like over double of what we had in November, so that was pretty ridiculous. And yeah, you'll see lots of sim racing, you'll updates for R Factor 2 Race Room, and a set, of course, of competition. You hope for that. The Intercontinental Challenge pack coming out with like Kyle Army, Vatters coming out soon. So yeah, that should be great fun to actually finally hop into ACC and try that out. And yeah, then we've got going a bit more further into the year. So we've got those couple releases. Then normally around March we get the release of we get announced the new MotoGP game, which is normally released in June. Then the F1 game, which will be released in the summer months as well. And then right at the end of the year, we know that Ride 4 is coming. So yeah, quite a few games to look forward to. We've also got TT Isle of Man coming in the first third of next year. So we've got to maybe go back to TT Isle of Man, the first version TT Isle of Man tournament that's coming beginning of next year. So yeah, maybe got to try and go back there and try and finally do like the TT event. So I remember I gave up because career mode was just such a grind. And it was really felt like it was going nowhere. And I tried to go back to it this year, like I did a couple of laps on the Super Sport and the Super Bikes, but never really got back into the career mode series. So maybe got to try and just wrap it up, basically. Just wrap it up with the TT events. I'll play through it like without recording, then just come back to it for the TT events and kind of wrap up that series before we go back to TT Isle of Man 2. And that might be a game where I don't do career mode, if they have it very similar, and might just do like the special events and just enjoy doing some online racing on that as well, which I enjoyed in the original TT Isle of Man game. And yeah, we've also got to go back to Ride 3, finally finished that, because that's another series. You might have seen that a bit regular this year, where we started series and then at a point I've just found it frustrating and didn't really go back to it. So yeah, Ride 3, definitely got to go back to that and finish out. I think we're around halfway through the third tier, so we've got still quite a lot to do before Ride 4, but as I said, Ride 4 is probably going to be released near the end of the year like Ride 3 was, so probably around September time or October. So we've still got plenty of time to go back to Ride 3 and complete that hopefully next year. And talking about going back to a series as well, so next week, or I guess from tomorrow onwards, we're going to continue the MotoGP 19 historic scenarios as we're halfway through them. So now we've got the rivalries kind of section, and then we've got the modern era to come. So yeah, that'll be going on like every weekday in the morning. But in the afternoon next week, we're going to have Dakar 18. We're finally going to complete the Argentina leg and the Dam Rally, as Dakar 2020 begins next Sunday. Very much looking forward to Dakar 20, because first of all, you got Fernando Alonso debuting as well. Bikes looks quite wide open as a class, and in the car class as well, it looks like it's going to be very interesting battle too. So we'll try and preview each class. I'm not an expert in any of the classes, really, to be honest. I'm more into the cars and the bikes, but I'll try and kind of preview each class with each. I believe I've got 5 stages, so that would be 5. And there's 5 classes, or 5 main classes, and there's a couple subclasses. But yeah, so we're going to preview a class with each video. So yeah, that would be in the afternoon from Monday to Friday. And then next weekend, hopefully have some edited content, properly edited content coming up, along with iRacing as well, like the best race or 2 that I got from this week. So that's what you can expect in the early part of January and first few months as well. So definitely do a Supercross 3 career mode like we normally do with the Supercross games, and not actually those long series I find as well, and they're pretty good fun, and they always seem to do well view-wise as well. So yeah, I need to play more like Supercross or Motocross, so that's why I've got MX bikes as well, trying to play around with that, and getting MXGP 2019 and going back to MX vs ATV. So I'm properly playing out. I remember played the online one of MX ATV, I forget which one. They came out early in the decade when it came back to compatible on 360. Like, there's lots of online racing, and that was pretty good fun. So yeah, maybe we'll find that as well with All Out. But that's the main difference from MX vs ATV to Supercross and to the other bikes games is that they've got the Nationals event for the USA, so it'd be good trying out the national tracks for once as well. But I know you can get them for most of MX bikes as well. So yeah, lots of off-road racing to go back to. Of course, we continue with WRC8, trying to finish that series. I've already recorded Argentina. We're like halfway through a season for the first time in WRC level, so we'll try that until we win the WRC title, find our limit, like I did in WRC7, where I wasn't quite consistent or good enough to win the title. But yeah, we'll see if we can do it at WRC level. The Toyota is definitely a handful, but we definitely get on top of it as well. That car, like, we have to be aggressive with that car, and I like it to drive now that I've got used to it, but it is a bit of a handful, especially on the gravel as well, to be quick. But on the tarmac, I think we'll be very good around Germany and into Spain later in the year. So yeah, definitely continue with WRC. And also, you might see lots of Richard Burns Rally in the coming year, because RBR Pro got it installed, always updating, and they've got crazy amount of events. I think they've got like 30 odd events scheduled for next year, and I've never really played the online for RBR, so it should be good fun to try it out. I won't do every event, because especially, I think there's like an event every week in say like May and September, but I try and do at least most of them, like at least half of them. So try and do like the WRC and ERC events. So that should be good fun to try out, try online, see how rubbish I am compared to actual humans. And I know what to do with like the AI in the WRC games that you've seen already, and Rally. So yeah, definitely going to see lots of that. That might be my competitive game as well, along with our racing, along with maybe ACC. Tried it out, Race Room as well, testing out ranked servers, and that's very exciting, because Race Room has a very good kind of like car list, track list as well. Got some unusual tracks there. It's just never gelled into something that I want to spend time with, because there's no real single player to play. Online was not the best as well, but now if they've got ranked servers with online, it gives me a reason to actually try it out, even though the AI is actually pretty decent as well in Race Room from what I remember. So, but now there's a bit more of a focus for Race Room, a bit of a purpose to play it, so definitely try and maybe see some Race Room content as well in the coming year. And the last update, along with all the sims basically, seems to be very good from December, so definitely want to try that out. And yeah, just a couple new releases like Let's Plays. So yeah, still have the MotoGP, and again I've got to go back to MotoGP probably in the second quarter of 2020 to play through that, leading into MotoGP 20 hopefully that will come out. I'm always nervous because they always announce it around the first race of the MotoGP season, so you never really quite know. But considering how successful the esports has been, especially for Milestone, like caught a bit of that. It's insane how quick the top guys are. Definitely do expect there to be another MotoGP game, and MotoGP9's got a decent base to build on, so I hope they can do that milestone for once. I know what they did with the MXGP series, but yeah, there's lots of games to kind of go back to, and a couple of new series throughout the year. But as I said, I'm focusing on edit content, more series, more talking about real life motorsports as well, just in separate videos rather than during kind of the Let's Play. So yeah, lots of hopefully exciting, I want to say new things, but going back to what the balance of the channel was when I first started, and try and get that realigned like I tried with 2019, just being consistent. I think we definitely did that, but as I said, I got unfortunately a bit less time to do this next year, but hopefully the content will still be consistent, and at least during the weekdays have at least one video up at least almost every day have at least one video up. So it might be less at the weekends, but at least during the weekdays for the time being, at least for January, we can have at least a couple videos up like in morning and night, and I'll still stick with the time slot of aiming around 9 AM and PM, or 9:30 AM and PM, at least here UK time. So once again, thank you for all the support and watching all these videos, and sign up for watching, and I will see you next year.